All right, it's official. The Orioles make a move and they bring over a Japanese pitcher that you probably didn't expect. That's Tomoyuki Sugano is coming over from Japan. He's obviously, if you look at his numbers, we'll get into it. He's one of the most decorated pitchers ever over there in Japan, and he's coming to the U.S. at age 35 and joining the Baltimore Orioles. So the quick recap with it: it's a 1 year, $13 million deal. And quite frankly, though, a lot of fans are probably wondering, well, who is Tomoyuki Sugano? Well, let's dive into at least his numbers. If you look at them, they are incredible and they're sensational. I'll pull it up. Overall, if you look at his ERA, you look at his strikeouts, walks, it tells the story. It paints the picture. But one of the most decorated pitchers last year at his age 34 season, 15 wins, 3 losses, and a 1.67 ERA. Dude was carving. But now, if you look at the strikeouts and walks specifically, you're going to see he's not known as being a strikeout pitcher. He's a very big contact, pitch to contact type of guy, but he doesn't walk a lot. He's very good around the strike zone. He's got a plethora of pitches that he uses to mix well and keep hitters off balance. That's a big reason why he's been able to have success over the last 12 years. So, what it looks like to me, this is a guy that's going to come to the U.S. and have a chance to bolster a staff, and it adds depth. Now, am I expecting him to be the number one for the Baltimore Orioles? No. But is he a guy that can be the 3, 4, 5? Yeah. And it's upside. There's low risk, high reward. He's tried to come to the U.S. in prior years. It didn't work out. I believe it was in 2020 he was posted and no agreement or no one could come to terms. So now we're looking at a pitcher that's coming to a team that needs the starting pitching. Now people are wondering, could that bring the young Sasaki to Baltimore as influence? Perhaps. I'm not banking on that, to be honest. But at least for Tomoyuki Sugano, he is a guy that he's experienced. And one thing I don't want to undervalue is he knows how to pitch. He's been doing it for so long. That's the positive there. Now let's look at the one negative. If I would have concerns, is that although he's had success over in Japan and he's had success at the World Baseball Classic, you can go look up his highlights. Now you're facing the best of the best on a consistent basis now. And are you going to be able to replicate that? So I'm not going to expect for him to replicate that, especially if he is working around the zone. A lot of these hitters in Major League Baseball are very good at exploiting pitches that are mistakes. That's number one. Number two, there are less starts over there in Japan, but just monitoring this. He hasn't pitched more than 200 innings more than once. And last year, he threw 156 innings. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is as a pitcher that is now in his mid 30s, what do you expect moving forward? And as you approach that innings limit, are you going to have to then monitor and be able to make sure that he is fresh? So just things to notice. But I'll tell you what, he's going to love Birdland. Birdland is a special place. It's a young and upcoming team. As we know, they've been to the playoffs the last 2 years. First time they've been in consecutive, and that they have made consecutive postseasons appearances since 96, 97, 27 years. So I think the fan base is really going to like him. I think that they like that he's going to know how to pitch. Now, what happens with those results, we'll have to see. But welcome to Baltimore. Can't wait. We'll have more on this moving forward. And join us tomorrow for a happy hour hot stove every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. to talk all moves and all things with the Orioles offseason.